in Hilversum at the TV shows.
Okay.
And I loved it, but I felt like I wasn't ready to work. Like I didn't have that mentality to work yet. But I kind of like the study thing. So I was like, I need to do my bachelor's. So I done my bachelor's, got my teaching degree. And then I still wanted to tattoo, but I didn't know where to start. Like, do you just walk into a random tattoo studio and ask? Like, hey,
I love tattoos.
yeah, I love tattoos. I think I can draw. Can you help me? Like, how do you even do that? Plus, the majority of the tattoo shops, they're owned by kind of scary looking dudes. So, like, you walk into a tattoo shop with very loud, usually metal music, very aggressive paintings on the walls. You see these guys tattooed from top to bottom,
It looks so
their
mean.
heads,
Damn.
and you're like, I'm not gonna walk in there. Like, that's scary as fuck.
One day, sorry to cut you off. One day I was in the train, it was night, and then there was this guy, he was wearing all black. And he's a light guy, light-skinned guy, and he was wearing all black, but he had tattoos like all over his face and everything. And I didn't know, I just turned and saw him, and I was like, yo. And then I wasn't sure what I was looking at until, like, because it was all over his face. And then I'm like, oh, it's a tattoo. I'm like, bro, you are fucking scary, man. I didn't say that to him, but it felt like that. So sometimes people, like, you know, people that have tattoos, so they're usually tatted all around. So I get what you mean by scary. You just walk in there and say hi.
No, it was... So I didn't know what to do. So eventually I just started... Well, I always drew.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between drawing and drawing a tattoo design. There's a big difference. I didn't know that back then.
Okay.
So I was just drawing and contacting tattoo studios online because I was scared to walk into a tattoo shop.
Yeah.
And eventually I saw an ad of a tattoo studio in Rotterdam.
Okay.
I was living in Eindhoven at that time. I sent them an email and I got hired. So I got that apprenticeship-ish at that tattoo studio. But they told me, first, before we start your apprenticeship, you have to work here for 6 months. And then we will look if you have what it takes. So after 6 months, they were like, yeah, you kind of don't have what it takes. So they threw me out. And in those 6 months, I wasn't allowed to watch anyone tattoo. I was only allowed to sell body piercings and help them with body jewelry and such. So I worked full-time there for like 200 or 300 a month.
Wow, that's not a lot.
No, so when that ended, I was like, okay, maybe the tattoo scene is not for me. Because I didn't know that not all tattoo studios are like that.
Okay.
I automatically thought every studio must be like that.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend at that time, he was like, yeah, they're all bad and they're all bikers. It's not your jam. You shouldn't do this. So I was like, okay, maybe I should just get back to teaching again. So that's what I did.
Wow.
For many years. Until that relationship ended. And I was like, I cannot do teaching for the rest of my life because I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't have a relationship anymore. I don't have friends in that area where I was living because I moved there because of him. It's like, I have nothing to lose. So why don't I just start to try and follow my dreams? So that's what I did. I went to over 60 tattoo shops.
Wow.
I had a drawing portfolio
Yeah.
that I kept on adding. At that time, I lived in Rotterdam. Went to every tattoo studio there with my portfolio. Majority of them were, we're not looking for an apprentice. Okay, got it. Few of them were like, I kind of don't know. Come back in a month. So I got back after a month with new drawings. Then I had this one studio that was like, yeah, I need to see different drawings. Like, okay, what kind of drawings? So I drew what he wanted.
Okay.
That went on for a couple of months, nothing.
Oh.
So then I was like, okay, maybe I should look in different cities, not just in Rotterdam.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I even was looking in the States, in America, because I had some friends there.
Okay.
It's like, maybe I can go there. Like, I want to do this. And eventually, I was looking in Eindhoven. I went to a couple of tattoo shops, a couple of good ones. And they all said no, but they all gave me feedback. And that's super important. So they gave me feedback.
Yeah.
I made new drawings with that feedback, went back, again feedback, went back home, drawing again. And then a tattoo studio that I didn't contact because of the owner that was kind of very intimidating, his appearance. And he has an insane reputation, that guy. So I didn't contact him because it's like, that's way above my league.
It's just a long shot.
Yeah, like I contacted 60, maybe 70 tattoo shops back then. Like, if they don't want me, why does this guy want me? So I didn't even bother. So I got a text on Instagram of that guy. Like, hey, I heard you were looking for an apprenticeship. Do you mind stepping by? So that's what I did. A month after, on my birthday, I was hired.
Wow.
Yep. Took me fucking 12 years.
Wow.
To find an apprenticeship.
Wow. You know, these are the things that people don't see. Like, right now,
They don't see it.
if someone met you right now, oh, she's a dope young lady. She has her own thing going, whatnot. But like, nah, it took all this time. It took like no.
It took so many times. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm just hearing you say it. I'm like, damn, that. I'm so like.
It's dedication. That's what you need.
It just shows you really wanted it. Like, it's something you're passionate about, man.
Yep.
Can you remember your first ever tattoo? Like the first one you did on someone?
On myself?
No, like what you did on someone else.
Yeah, the first one, obviously, in a good apprenticeship, the first tattoo that you do is on yourself.
Ah, okay. Wow, that makes so much sense. Oh my god.
The first tattoo you do on yourself, and that's scary.
Because if you fuck up...
I wasn't even bothered about fucking up, but before I did my first tattoo, I was in that particular studio for 3 months already, full time. Cleaning, setting up my mentor station, more cleaning, talking to clients, watching over my mentor's shoulder, thinking that you know everything. And then all of a sudden my mentor was like, okay, you got your drawings ready? I'm like, huh? You're gonna do your tattoo now? Like, wow. It's like, which body part are you gonna do? I'm like, I have no clue.
Wait, at this time, did you already have tattoos, or this was your first one?
I had a lot of tattoos already.
Okay.
Yeah, so I done one flower here, my first tattoo, and it healed pretty well. It took a while because I didn't have any clue what I was doing, so I was going way too deep. It was that tattoo was bleeding. That tattoo was bleeding. Yeah.
Damn. But I guess it went well. You did it well. The one you did on yourself.
Yep.
Damn. Did you feel like I'm ready after that?
No. I was like, shit, this is way more difficult than it looks.
Oh wow. Okay.
No, and the thing is, like, I done that tattoo, and mid-tattoo, my mentor was there. He's like, yeah, you do you. I'm gonna get us some beers. And I'm like, the fuck? You know? And he just walked out. And I'm like holding this machine that was making a lot of noise. My leg was bleeding. And I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I better be done before he's back, because like, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
But this guy, the apprentice, you guys still in contact now?
Yeah. Not much. My apprenticeship was 3 years.
Okay.
So after 3 years, I was like, if I stay here, I had been tattooing for 2.5 years at that studio. I'm like, I want to see the world. I want to learn from different people. I want to see different cultures. And that studio is a very good studio, but it was very strict. Like, you need to be in at this time. You go home at that time. You're not allowed to go earlier. Like, a lot of rules.
Yeah.
And 3 years of those rules were enough.
Yeah.
So I left to a different studio. And I started traveling. Like, the studio that I was working at then, they were like, yeah, if you have an appointment, you come in. If you don't have an appointment, you do you.
Okay.
So I was like, that's cool. I can just travel to the States. I can tattoo wherever. And then come back and tattoo at that studio.
Nice. Over time, could you say something that you've come to love or just appreciate about just being in this business?
Oh, so much. Like, when I started tattooing, I went in for the art. Like, I wanted basically do paintings on somebody's body that is not gonna fade. That was why I wanted to tattoo. Like, that's awesome, because a painting you take down or you paint over it if it's a mural. But on somebody's body, yeah, you can cover it up. You can.
But it's kind of still there.
It's still there. You can laser, yeah. But it's still there because you have the experience. But the thing that I learned to love is to make people happy. That's like something when I got in tattooing that I didn't realize. That making people happy is a big part of that profession. Because the tattoos that I love to do or that I enjoy the most, I don't do every day. A lot of times I do infinity signs. I don't like infinity signs, but my clients like them. Like, I prefer not to do 8 angel numbers per day, but it makes 8 people happy.
Wow. It feels like, do you feel like, or maybe this is just me being like dramatic, but do you feel like if, let's say, someone walks in your store, someone walks in your store, you make a tattoo for them, do you feel like, you know, because they go about their life and whatnot, but that's a piece of you somewhat. You feel like that?
Yeah.
I assume it would feel like that.
Yeah. Yeah, not necessarily when it's like a little name of somebody's newborn child. Not that much, because it's just writing. But if it's a bigger tattoo, or even if it's just a flower, just a lotus, just a mandala or whatever, it's a piece of your art walking out that you will maybe or maybe not see again.
Okay. Damn, but that's true. You may not see them again. Okay, so far in the Netherlands, like, what's something common you feel like you notice from the clients you have? What's something you feel like most, or just you've just seen enough times and you just kind of realize that, okay, this is like a trend here or something like that?
It varies, because like I said, the infinity signs, like you know what it is, right? The infinity. No, it's like the 8.
Okay, yeah.
And then they try to switch it up with the birds.
That's true.
And then they put something else in between it, or heart, or whatever. That was a trend. It's not anymore. That's kind of fading. Because I think the last time that I did an infinity sign must have been over a year ago.
Okay.
Now it's a lot of angel numbers. 11, 11, 999, 111, stuff like that. That's a definitely big trend, and I see that the tattoos that a famous person gets, like Rihanna.
Okay.
Those tattoos, I've done them a gazillion times.
Okay.
All of them. The hand tattoos, I think it's Ariana Grande. She has the henna kind of type hand tattoos. Those, a lot. So as soon as somebody gets a famous tattoo, if a famous person gets a tattoo, it gets copied.
True.
Because people, it's not that they don't know what they want, but maybe they lack inspiration and they look up to that person and they want a piece of that person.
Nice. What's the craziest request you ever got?
Request or actual tattoo that I did?
Let's actual tattoo you did.
Okay, I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry that I'm saying this.
Yeah, but no one knows who it is.
No, but if the guy is ever listening to this, no hard feelings.
No hard feelings.
No, man, you're cool. But this is funny as fuck. I've done this tattoo in my apprenticeship, so I wasn't tattooing for a long time.
Okay.
My mentor was tattooing this dude, and he wasn't really feeling him anymore. He was like, nah, next tattoo that he comes in, you can tattoo him. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So the guy came in, and he had a request, which was odd, but okay. He wanted a rooster.
Okay.
A rooster, but a specific rooster. An Indonesian one. And they're called ayam samani, which means black rooster. Because they're actually black. They look like goth roosters.
Okay.
They're pretty famous. If you Google them. So the guy came in and he was Dutch. White dude. Dutch. Pretty tall. Pale. Super pale. And he's like, yeah, I want to have this rooster, in Dutch, he said that, tattooed on my lower stomach. I'm like, okay. And he was explaining the ayam samani. I never heard of it, that there was a black rooster. They look really cool. But
So
since he spoke Dutch, in Dutch you say haan. So chicken is kip, and rooster is haan. But in English, you have a different word for rooster, right? That has a double meaning.
You know, that's been in my head this whole time, and I'm just...
So, he was standing on the other side of the counter, and when he said that, like black rooster in Dutch, zwarte haan, immediately I was like, I need to make this joke, because if I don't make this joke, that's gonna be stuck in my head. I'm not gonna lose it. So I was like, I better not search it in English on Google. And he looked at me. He's like, I don't speak English. I'm like,
okay.
Okay, cool. So eventually, he wanted that rooster on his lower stomach. Big. Like, I mean, like, the rooster is this big, but his lower stomach, my bottle, lower stomach was this.
Yeah.
But, like, you need to end somewhere, right? Yeah. So, the legs of that specific rooster are this long. So I was like, dude, like, you want this rooster to be big? What should I do with those legs? Like, because I kind of cannot go deeper. Like, that's not possible. It's like, no, man, lose the legs. I'm wearing jeans anyways. I'm like, okay. So, and this was horrible. I was tattooing the black rooster on his lower stomach. And one of the artists came in. He was a little bit late, and I was already tattooing. And he walked in, and I was uncomfortable as fuck because I was tattooing maybe a couple of months, lower stomach. I was leaning on parts that I didn't want to lean on. My coworker, he came in and he's like, haha, black cock. Like, motherfucker. And the guy still didn't get it.
Damn, because he doesn't speak English. Damn, that's crazy.
Later on, story continues.
I hope he never speaks English, man. Cause damn.
Can you imagine his girlfriend?
Yeah.
Meeting a white dude with a black cock?
Black cock. It's like, yo, is this on purpose? Are you trolling?
It's fucking hilarious. Later on, I specifically asked him, what do you want to do with those legs? And he's like, lose the legs. I'm like, okay, I'm not tattooing legs. So the stomach of the rooster is pretty fucking low. You know? He sends me a message on Instagram like, hey, I think we have a problem. I'm like, we do? It's like, yeah, I kind of want those legs.
Wow.
I'm like, dude, like, and I was like, how do I explain this guy that there's something there, that legs, like that? I'm like, what exactly would you like me to do? And he's like, I want to add the legs. I'm like, the legs are like 10 centimeters. I do not have that space. He's like, how do you mean? I'm like,
Bruh.
Should I explain that your private parts are in the way of those legs? So I tried explaining it in multiple ways and he didn't get it. I'm like, and then I just said like, dude, your dick is in the way. I cannot tattoo those legs. I can't. I can do them in a splits. You know, and he's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like,
oh my god. Bro.
For real?
No.
That's the craziest tattoo that I've done so far.
But did you do the legs? Like,
no, what the hell no.
Damn, just curious. Damn, that's crazy, man. I wonder how you. By the way, no hard feelings, man. It's just, hey.
No roosters are harmed in this.
Damn, that's crazy.
It was so. And I was tattooing like a couple of months. Like, can you imagine? Like, there's no tattoo gonna beat this. There's no possible way.
Maybe he means something to him. Maybe he really likes those chickens.
No, his dad used to have black roosters. But it sounds funny either way. Because then your dad had a bunch of black cocks.
Yo.
Yeah.
Damn. Nice, man. That's nice. That's a good story, man. Shout out to the guy, whoever he is. Man. What do you think about just assume because you're in the business, you also have friends and people, colleagues who are also in the business.
Yeah.
What's the like tattoo culture like in Netherlands?
Harsh.
Wait, how do you mean?
Harsh. The tattoo industry, like you said, it's kind of like a cult-ish thing. Extremely friendly people, but not all of them. Like, it's a male-dominated scene.
Oh, okay.
So women sometimes have it pretty hard. There's more and more women coming into tattooing, which is good. But the majority of my friends are actually not from this country.
Oh, okay.
Because I travel a lot.
Yeah.
So tattooers that I know are like from anywhere. But also in this country, like, there's a select group of people that are super nice. But a lot of other people are like, they just won't talk to you because they think they're better.
Ah, okay.
And I'm like, there's no freaking competition, bro. Like, we're co-workers. We're not competition. True. Like, if I know something, I'm willing to share that with you. And if you know something, it would be awesome if you would share that with me, because I cannot replicate your tattoos. It's not possible because it's made by your hands and by your head. Vice versa. You cannot copy what I do.
Yeah.
But if you know the techniques that I know, you can implement that in your art.
Exactly.
But it's like, do you remember in high school or whatever, you had to take a test, and people were like taking a test like this?
I hated those kind of people, man. Those were the worst. I hated those people.
People are tattooing like that. Yeah. Like, you cannot watch.
Wow.
You cannot.
Come on.
And not everyone is like that. Yeah. Like, there's amazing people as well. But, yeah, it's a select group.
What would you say is because you said you travel a lot, what's or that's if there is, but have you noticed any differences in, like, people here and people, anywhere else, just in regards to tattoos?
I feel like the culture in this part of Europe is more preserved. Like, it's more each on their own. While in the US, but that's the thing, like, the US is so incredibly big, and I've only tattooed in a couple of states. So I'm like, I cannot compare New York to LA or Utah or Texas. And even in Texas, like, I've tattooed in Dallas but not in Austin. And Hawaii is freaking paradise, so there's no problem there anyways. So it's like, yeah, it's very difficult to compare. But me personally, if I would have to choose between people in general, I would prefer American people over Dutch people.
Okay.
But that's not just in tattooing.
Just in general?
Just in general.
Wow, okay.
They're more open. Less...
cold?
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. Okay, I hear that. I mean, I guess it's just, do you watch football? Okay.
But you can explain something about it, and I will probably say yes. Yeah. And I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's this guy, Kingsley, you probably know this guy, former coach of Man United. There's a football club called Man United, Eric Ten Hag. So people in the football world, because the club is a big club, so he's a Dutch guy, and he's the coach of the club. And, when he came, the media, everyone talks about how he's so straight to the point. He's almost like rude, like he's so and I'm like, yo, I live in Netherlands. That's the average Dutch guy. He's not even mean, like he's actually just being himself, like, and I just see it every time, and I'm like, yo, it's just because he's in England, he looks like he's mean. So I get what you mean if you feel like maybe other people are more free. I've come to also understand, when I first came here, I used to have that feeling everyone's just cold, even people I work with. But the more I go, especially when you start to talk to them and become friends, you realize they're actually cool. This is just how they're just very cold, like, naturally. It's just a thing. It's
very on their own kind of thing. Everyone has their own bubble.
Yeah, their own thing. True.
While what I notice, especially California, it doesn't matter who you say good morning to, they will say good morning back. Over here, on my TikTok, I've done a video a while ago. It was Christmas morning, and the gyms were closed. Otherwise, I would have been in the gym. But so I went for a walk, and I counted 12 people not saying good morning back until one of them did.
Wow.
And I'm like,
wow. Damn.
It's not that difficult to say good morning back.
It's Christmas.
It's fucking Christmas.
Oh my god.
And I actually, the 11th person that didn't say good morning back, I was like, I was pretty fed up. Damn. So it was a lady, I think she was 70, 75-ish, with her dog. And I was like, every person that went on, my good morning went louder and more happy. So I'm like, good morning, And that lady, she looked up, she looked mean, and she walked on. So my reaction was, it doesn't hurt to say good morning back. She started shouting, "Who the fuck do I think I was?" I'm like, interesting. Merry Christmas to you too. You know, like.